Ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. The Denver Broncos have hired former Saints head coach Sean Payton, baby. We're holding.
What the hell is pimento cheese?
Tom Brady has announced his retirement from the NFL. For real this time. Come on, kick the field goal, take the points. Win the game.
No, you have to say that.
See you later. Well, on Ruffing the Passer, show that talks football, miscellaneous stuff, and mostly football. I am your host, Sam Ruffing, and this is the 88th episode of Ruffing the Passer. The Denver Broncos won again. They did it again. They went into Buffalo down, as 7-point underdogs, coming off of a huge win against Kansas City, off of a bye week, and they won. And I am just so happy right now. It was an amazing victory to watch. Just see them dismantle Buffalo one by one. The defense playing well. Russell Wilson was gorgeous. Javonte Williams was running hard yet again. And they just stymied one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Josh Allen, after stymieing the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. Just absolutely amazing. That was a heck of a win. I just loved it. The ending was tense. I was on the floor after they missed the field goal, but that flag at the end with the 12 men on the field saved it to get the Broncos another victory to move them to 4-5. Oh, I'm so happy. The game started out with a turnover for Buffalo. James Cook fumbled on his first play. Denver, on the ensuing possession, scored 3 points. Then on the next drive, Josh Allen threw an interception to Justin Simmons, his 30th career interception. Justin Simmons is the most of any player since coming into the league in 2016. 30 interceptions, that's a lot. Like, insane. He's been in the NFL for 8 seasons. He has 4.5 interceptions a year. Or more. Okay, it'd be 7. We'd have 3.6 or something. I don't know. If it was 8 years or whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll put the math up here. I'll do it later. That's insane. And the Broncos did nothing on that, turnover. But the Bills did nothing on the next drive. And on the next drive, the Broncos went all the way down the field. And on 4th and 5, Russell Wilson, 4th and goal, had one of the most amazing touchdown passes I've ever seen. He spun left, he spun right, he threw off his back foot into the left corner of the end zone, and Courtland Sutton caught the touchdown with 2 toes down, just like barely in. The rest didn't call it at first. I knew it was a touchdown, but on review, it was confirmed as a touchdown, and the Broncos took a 9-0 lead. 9? What do you mean not? Oh, well, let's miss the extra point. Okay. Then the Bills went down the field, scored a touchdown and 2-point conversion after the Broncos had an offsides or something on the on the extra point. The Broncos then answer with a field goal. The Bills get the ball back, and they throw an interception, which Denver uses to score another field goal to make it 15-7, 15-8 heading into halftime. Not a lot happened until the Buffalo Bills scored a touchdown and field goal to make it 15 all, And then it happened. The Broncos drove down the field once again, and Russell Wilson, who was cooking all night, going into Buffalo and making some wings and serving it to the Buffalo fans who didn't want to eat it. They didn't want to see it. But they were forced to, and they had to enjoy how well they were made and how well they were cooked. Perfectly fried. Nice and crispy. Tossed in that beautiful buffalo sauce made with Frank's and butter. Just like that perfect toss. Just like he tossed the wings, Russell Wilson tossed a touchdown pass to Javonte Williams to make it 21-21. Oh my gosh, they botched a snap. Are you kidding me? Okay. It's not okay. Then the Bills immediately went down the field again and scored a touchdown. And a field goal. But on the final drive, the Broncos made it down the field, and on 3rd and 10 after being sacked, Russell Wilson heaves up a prayer because the Bills are coming full force, sending a blitz, and Jerry Jeudy tries to fight for the ball. It falls incomplete, but he's able to draw pass interference. And after the Broncos run out the clock on 3rd down with no timeouts, they take a knee. 24 seconds left. The play clock's running down. They get the field goal unit out onto the field to kick the game winner, and they miss it. Oh, for goodness sake. But there is a flag. There was a flag. And the Broncos got one more chance because Buffalo had 12 men on the field. They kicked the game winner to send it. To end the game, the Broncos win 24-22 in a massive upset. And absolutely no one is giving them any credit in the national media. It's a real shame, darn it. Everyone's talking about, was it Josh Allen's fault for the loss last night and his 4 turnovers? Well, 3 turnovers. Or was it Sean McDermott's fault last night? You know what? Can we just give the Broncos some credit? They were a 1-5 team not 4 weeks ago. Actually, about 4 weeks ago. They just lost to the New York Jets in what had to be their most embarrassing game yet. Actually, was it the New York Jets? No. Lost to the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. After that, they rattled off a win against the Green Bay Packers. They rattled off a win against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then they go into Buffalo off of a bye and win. Russell Wilson looks so much better than he did last season. Javonte Williams is back and healthy. Cortland Sutton's making the most insane touchdown grabs ever. He's had 4 straight games with a touchdown, which is the most in the NFL, as in longest active streak. Will Lutz, despite those 2 missed extra points, has been really good this year, and the defense has stepped it up, forcing 9 turnovers in 2 weeks, in 2 games, against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Say what you want about the Bills, and yes, they did play sloppily, but give the Broncos some credit. I mean, that interception, the Fabian Moreau one, was just perfect. Like, he jumped the route perfectly. The James Cook first fumble, he just ripped it out of his hands. And yes, the Josh Allen first interception was kind of lucky because it tipped off of Gabe Davis' hands. And the second fumble was just a drop by Josh Allen, so that was lucky. But then James Cook fumbled a third time. Well, second time. And he picks it up and goes, 80 yards. So it kind of evens out. So give Denver their credit. They earned it. And now they have the Vikings, the Browns, and the Texans, which should be really tough. But hey, if they can win at least one of those next 2, I'll be happy. But if you do not want to know who's at fault, it's Sean McDermott. I'm sorry. The Buffalo Bills on that final drive were just so bad. I mean, you get Russell Wilson on a sack on 2nd and whatever it was, 5. Congratulations. It's now 3rd and 10. You got to keep him out of field goal range. Why are you blitzing again? Why are you calling that, Sean? And then the field goal thing, when they're running out the field goal unit, you can't have it be so confusing that there are 12 men on the field. You know a field goal's coming, Sean McDermott. Get that straight. And I know Josh Allen did have 3 turnovers. It was bad. That interception was bad. That fumble was bad. But he still gave the Buffalo Bills a chance to win that game. He drove down the field. He ran in for a touchdown. It was beautiful. He gave him a chance. Also, Josh Allen did not call for going for it early in the 3rd quarter. That was Sean McDermott or Ken Dorsey. I don't know who it was. But, I mean, I'd blame this more on Sean McDermott than Josh Allen. That's just my thoughts. You know what's wild, though? I was looking at the AFC record because the Broncos are obviously 4-5. They're still technically in the playoff hunt. But they're behind so many teams right now. I mean, it is insane. The AFC is so stacked. They have in the AFC, two teams, only two teams, who are 2 games under 500 or worse. The Titans and Patriots, who I would not have thought would be there at the start of the season. But that's it. Other than that, it's 4-5, 4-5, 5-5, 5-5, 6-5. I mean 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, whatever. It's insane. If the playoffs started today, you know who would be in it? Deshaun Watson. He's been playing horribly this year. C.J. Stroud, who's been playing amazingly, but he's a rookie. And Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. I mean, I love Kenny Pickett, but I like the Steelers have been outgained by everybody, and they have a minus 26 point differential. And they'd be in the playoffs today. You know who would not be in the playoffs today? Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. That's how loaded the AFC is right now, and it's absolutely insane. Just absolutely insane. One of those two teams that was at least 2 games below 500, the New England Patriots. They lost in Germany to the Indianapolis Colts in what had to be one of the most boring games ever. Thankfully, I didn't watch it. The Patriots put up all of 6 points. The Colts put up all of 10. But what stood out to me, or at least from the headlines I saw, is that the Patriots had a chance to win the game on a final drive, and Bill Belichick pulled Mac Jones for Bailey Zappi. Now, I know, or I've heard, that Mac Jones played absolutely terribly in that game. But it's the final drive. He's your starting quarterback, and he has a chance to win. This is a guy who went all the way down the field to beat Buffalo. And you're pulling him? Why? For Bailey Zappi. If it was like you pulled Mac Jones at the start of the fourth quarter for Bailey Zappi, fine. But the final drive when you have a chance to win, and you're pulling your starting quarterback. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me, Belichick, unless the Patriots are tanking. You heard me. The Patriots got to be tanking. Like, you don't pull your starting quarterback on the final drive unless you want to tank. Like, Bailey Zappi going in without any warm-up, without any preparation, he's got to lead a final drive? Nigh impossible. I think the Patriots are tanking. They're at 2 wins this year. They have 8 losses. Their only competitions for the number 1 pick right now are the Giants, who have nobody at quarterback, and the Carolina Panthers, a.k.a. the Chicago Bears, because the Panthers don't control, or because the Bears can't have their pick. They have their pick. Anyways, you get the point. The Panthers, with Bryce Young, want to win because they can't control their pick. I mean, they don't get to use that number 1 overall pick. They need to win. So I think that they're going to try and get a few more games before the end of the year. The New York Giants, well, they're terrible right now, but they still have Saquon Barkley, and you never know. Tommy DeVito could try and go out there for pride and win a game. Belichick? He's in complete control of the New England Patriots organization. I don't think he gets fired. I think he looks around at his team and says, this ain't it. He looks around at Mac Jones and says, this ain't it. I think he's trying to tank. Just, you don't bench your quarterback on the final drive if you're trying to win a game. Unless that guy's name is Carson Wentz, you have Nick Foles as your backup. You ain't doing it. Belichick's tanking. Just think about it. If he loses out, he'll end up at 2-15. The odds the Giants don't win a game from here on out are kind of low. I think the Panthers have a chance to win at least 2 more games this season. It wouldn't surprise me. Bryce Young is getting slightly better. They do want to win. He doesn't have much competition, and if Caleb Williams if he can get Caleb Williams, he's probably thinking, Caleb Williams, bring back Josh McDaniels. Profit. Rebuild. Just saying. Watch out for the Patriots. I think they're trying to tank because they're like, this doesn't make any sense. Belichick's always trying to win unless he's finally one step ahead again and realizes, you know what? I need a bit different quarterback. Now, I don't think Mac Jones is a huge problem there in New England. I think the fact that they have no receivers and Bill O'Brien's just not a great offensive coordinator. But whatever. Also, injuries to Matt Judon and Christian Gonzalez did not help whatsoever. But either way, I think the Patriots might end up with the first overall pick. And it would not surprise me in the slightest. Because, of course, there's a generationally talented quarterback there. Guy being compared to Patrick Mahomes, who was coached by Lincoln Riley. The only concern for him is that he's playing at USC right now, which, not a good track record. But, still, I see what you're doing, Belichick. I see it. And I know you're spying on me. Anyways. The PGA Tour is just terrible. No. Okay, they're not completely terrible, but like the Butterfield Bermuda Championship, which the Butterfield Bermuda Championship is just, that's a name. You gonna tell me that's worth more world ranking points than Live Golf Orlando? Okay. Anyways, it was played this past week, and I had no clue it was going to be a thing, except for the fact that one George Bryan of the Bryan Bros YouTube channel, whose brother is Wesley Bryan, who has won on the PGA Tour, was going to play in his first ever PGA Tour event at the Butterfield Bermuda Championship. I saw this because, well, they were collaborating in Bermuda with Micah Morris and Grant Horvat and Busta Jack. I'm sure you've seen the videos everywhere. It was some great promotion for the tournament. Everyone's like, ooh, really? I'm going to tune into that so I can see George Bryan make his first PGA Tour start ever at 35 years of age. And I just got to say, congratulations to George Bryan on making the cut in his first ever tournament. I'm sure it's not the hardest course out there, but he shot 5 under 2 rounds, on 2 rounds. Congratulations. But the PGA Tour somehow failed to recognize that there'd be a huge amount of viewership, or at least people watching the highlights, to see George Bryan play. When I went to watch the highlights after the round, I did not see a single George Bryan shot. In round 1 or round 2, I don't think he was in round 3 or round 4 in the highlights whatsoever. I don't know if he really showed him on TV at all. Why? This is why the PGA Tour is really failing as bad as they are. They got free promotion for 2 weeks leading up to the tournament with Grant Horvat's channel, with the Bryan Bros channel, with Micah Morris's channel, with Busta Jack's channel. And they cannot realize that people might want to tune into their tournament to watch the guy they're hyping up. It is such an utter fail on the PGA Tour. You have a guy people are there to see, and you don't show him. You show Adam Scott. No one's there to watch Adam Scott. I'm sorry. But my goodness. This is why some live guys left. I mean, you get no promotion on the PGA Tour, and like no shots unless your name is Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy. Otherwise, they don't show a camera on you at all. Live Golf, they show camera shots of other golfers like C1 Kim. I had no clue who he was before Live Golf. Now, the only reason I know him is because he's terrible, but, would not see C1 Kim often. Anywhere. You wouldn't see guys like Dean Burmester. I mean, who the heck's Dean Burmester? You find out about him on Live. If Liv had George Bryan playing in a tournament, like somehow he qualified, he would be getting a lot of shots shown. People would be like, hey, look, it's George Bryan from the Bryan Bros YouTube channel. This is why the PGA Tour has been such a massive failure. In ratings, they are gifted in a golden opportunity, social media credit, a YouTube golf star who's playing and playing well, and they don't show him. And that is an utter travesty. I mean, I wasn't going to care about this dang tournament whatsoever until I knew that George Bryan was playing in it. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I wasn't going to watch it, but I was going to watch the highlights just to see him, which would bring views to the PGA Tour YouTube channel. I don't understand how you're gifted a golden opportunity like this and don't pull through. It's not that hard. I mean, let's just say they bring like 100,000 viewers from their YouTube channel. I mean, from just, YouTube, to the to watch the PGA Tour event. That's a boost. That's like what? A 5% boost in ratings? It's like it gets 2 million views. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. But you did not show him one bit, and my goodness, how did you mess that up? I don't understand. Well, I don't know what other topic I have, besides the fact that I have no clue the Browns are winning, how the Browns are winning, defense, I guess. But, yeah. It's time for my NFL game picks. And you know, when you pick NFL games in week 11, or week 10, excuse me, from the start of the season, you're going to get a lot of things wrong. But I did not expect I'd go 5-9 last week, after going 5-10 the previous week, after going 10-5 the week before that. Not good. Not good. But here we are. We have week 11 predictions on Ruffing the Passer. Bengals at Ravens. I have the Bengals winning. Oh no, that's not going to go well. Cowboys at Panthers. I have the Panthers beating the Cowboys. They did lose to the Cardinals, so there's that. I don't think it's going to be right. Steelers at Browns. I have the Steelers beating the Browns. I could definitely see that happening because the Steelers have all the BS. Bears at Lions. I have the Lions beating the Bears. Yeah. Chargers at Packers. I have the Chargers beating the Packers. Yes. Cardinals at Texans. I have the Texans beating the Cardinals. Yeah, that should happen. Titans at Jags. I have the Titans winning over the Jaguars. Raiders at Dolphins. I have the Raiders beating the Dolphins. Wow. Josh McDaniels going to help. The firing of Josh McDaniels is going to help him that much. I just picked them like 2 months ago. Don't blame me. Okay. Giants at Commanders. I have the Commanders beating the Giants. Yep. Buccaneers at 49ers. I have the 49ers beating the Buccaneers. That's going to be a tough game for the Bucs. Jets at Bills. I have the Bills beating the Jets. Seahawks at Rams. I have the Seahawks beating the Rams. Vikings at Broncos. I have the Broncos beating the Vikings. Eagles at Chiefs. I have the Chiefs beating the Eagles. And that will do it for this episode of Roughing the Passer, the show that has talked football, miscellaneous stuff, and mostly football. How excited were you that the Broncos are on a 3-game win streak and that they beat the Bills? I want to know. For me, I'm going to head out. But thank you very much for watching. I much appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button. It would just do me wonders. That way you can know when I upload a video. And if you want to know the exact time when I upload a video, hit that bell. It'll go ding. You got an upload. It would help me out immensely. And comment below, whatever, as long as it's not too rude, because it would hurt me. Anyways, this has been Roughing the Passer. I'll see you later.